and they are not very good. So please spare me that one, because I think the country had a lot of drama. The first case that was televised divorce, televised live on a divorce matter was mine in the history of the world. And those matters are hand in camera. So you may understand what it means, and then that you want to get us into. Never, anywhere. And for a divorce, for a marriage that never existed. So please, Chairman, please. I don't want to get into that drama. Please, let me be spared out of it. But I've just decided to mention so that you understand. And when I say people can use, you all bring stories, Chair, I am in my mind. But let me ask, even assuming as a human being, if I had control and I was to make a decision whether to want him attend or not, out of the pain I've gone through, do you think I would have done it? That should tell you how shocking the story is for me, and if I knew, it would never have happened, right? But to me, I would also be unfair, and that is not my domain. So if there was a tender advertised, and everybody has a right to do business, and within the framework of the parameters set out, in his own way, got a job, right? Then it's fine, it's competition. Kenyans have a right to serve government or to provide services. But me, I didn't know. I'm just hearing it now. And when I asked for a list of those people that were awarded tenders, it was not my business to go to check who the CR12, who the owners are. And even if I read the name, because I never knew about it, I will not even put that question next. So when we are dealing with companies, are entities by themselves. You deal with them as such. And I expect, and I have told you what precautionary measures I put in place as the CS to ensure we want quality fertilizer. So when we are asking for quality fertilizer, you don't care who is delivering the fertilizer, because your business is fertilizer of good quality, not who is doing it. Thank you.
Chair.
Just a minute to accord.
MD, National Serious Board, need to answer my question.
Which question? Can you remind the...
Yes, I said, why is he still here? He has not resigned because he has let down the farmers of Kenya. Kama heshima tu, ungeenda nyumbani. Kwa nini usiende nyumbani kama umeuliza afanye na hata CS ungefute kazi kwa sababu ameharibu kazi yake?
The mandate of the National Cereals and Produce Board is enlisted in Cap 338 of the laws of this country. And one of the roles of the National Cereals and Produce Board, I'd like to invite members to look at the notice or the legal statutes which establish National Cereals and Produce Board. One of the main roles of the institution is to manage the national food reserves of the country. And number two is to ensure that we promote post-harvest management, and all that. The mandate of National Cereals and Produce Board does not include anything about quality of anything produced in Kenya.
Are you trying to tell us that then by mistake?
I'm coming to that. Chair, if allow me.
Yes, continue.
I come to that.
Continue, MD.
Yeah. So the role of the National Cereals and Produce Board is not about management of quality of any products, whether imported or locally produced. We align ourselves to the standards of the country in each and everything we do, because we have standards which are prescribed by the necessary statutes. And that is the way we operate as an institution. And these standards are prescribed by relevant regulatory bodies across the country, and that is what we strive as much as possible to adhere to. Now, those standards are given to those institutions who have been given the standards. They may be manufacturers. They are given those standards by those organizations to be able to adhere to those standards. One thing which I can say for sure is that before we commenced the supply of this product, we were convinced that those manufacturers had the necessary approvals from the regulatory bodies. We are 100% convinced, and we did our own due diligence. They had the necessary raw materials and everything required to be able to produce. These are companies who have been in existence for a while now, And they even supply the products outside the subsidy program. They supply in the open market. You find their products in Agrovest and other places. So with that in mind, we proceeded and engaged them. And we went a step further and confirmed the quality of those products using another independent process through KEFIS. And all the samples which were given to KEFIS were indeed found of quality. If there were issues with the standard, as the CS have said in some batch which had issues, it is a prerogative of the manufacturer to be able to account for those standards and ensure that he adheres to the standards of the country. So what I can say in a nutshell, our quality assurance processes do not include testing of products because we don't have that capability. We rely on government institutions to ensure that the quality of the products we supply is of good measure.
Chair, that answer is not specific.
Chairman.
Senator Wakoli.
Thank you. Although they have not answered why they are not in the village, but let me proceed with my question.
Yes, let them think about it, then we'll still answer Senator Chute.
My question is, when you look at this book of the contract agreement in this big volume, Waziri, it indicates that a bag of fertilizer must have a polythene bag inside. With line with the question I asked about the ingredients of making fertilizer, if it includes gravel, donkey droppings, and urine, if it is part of the process. We have samples just out here. I think it was Mavuno and some other company. And do you think that the system has been infiltrated? Those are my questions that have not been answered. Because we were in Embu, Laikipia, Nandi, and these ingredients of fertilizer cut across these counties. And that is why we're asking if these raw materials were got from donkey rearing areas, goats, like that. It's as serious as that. Thank you, Waziri.
Chairman.
Waziri.
You know, I think you did well to call me for this meeting, because I'm also getting to understand and even know some other things that I was not aware of. Now, there is an allegation again from Wakoli. There is another fertilizer that has issues called Mavuno. I am not aware about it. You are telling me for the first time. You are alleging that doesn't have the polythene cover or something inside. I am not sure. I have not seen. I don't know. So these issues we are discussing are serious. It's good you are saying it. But please, Chairman, just like the MD has said, when KEPS certifies a manufacturer and the standards are agreed, and the manufacturer decides to give what he did not submit for analysis of a sampling for certification by the standards body, it cannot be really the problem of NSPB. It can't be our problem. It is the problem of the manufacturer, and the manufacturer must be dealt with according to the law. Because at least in terms of ensuring that we have done what is humanly possible to ensure that the farmer is protected, I am persuaded beyond doubt that we have done our best. And unless the contrary is proved, I think humanly we have. So you can share information with us. We can exchange notes with you and be able to see where to apportion blame, right? So that at least we assist the country, and so that we also come up with penalties or measures that will deter other unscrupulous business people from engaging in such acts. Chair.
Bwana CS, I also want to bring to your attention, because tonight has been mentioned, there is a cooperative society known as New Ngariama Cooperative Society. They bought 4,200 bags of fertilizer, 4,200, they got 1,100, 2,100, no. Yes, I'm going there. Mavuno Fertilizer, we'll start with, they bought 1717, and they bought 3,100. They carried 3,117 from the M depot. The remainder of 1,100, which they were paid for, which have never been issued, supplied up to now, from last year 2023, from M depot. When they went, they were given Mavuno 102610. And after that, for them, you know, cooperative societies have their way of working. They decided to take samples and take to the Carlo lamps. I'm talking about 2023. Now, to the amazement, the lab number was 2024. This is fertilizer analysis from Carlo, which I'll share with you shortly. Remember, they say it's 102610. The amount of phosphorus that it had was 3.6. In the bag is 26. The soil, most of the soils from New Ngariama Cooperative Society farms had more phosphorus. The soil had more phosphorus than the fertilizer itself. This is, I'm talking about Mavuno 102610. So they just went and bought 4 fertilizer for sampling, because they have to take samples. Luckily, they didn't buy the rest, because they knew, because the ramp result from Carlo, which is under you, showed that they only had 3.6% instead of 26% of phosphorus. Even the soil from the market center in Gidore had more phosphorus than the fertilizer itself. Now,